Our next question, we will start with Mr. Eds. Do you agree with the County Commission's decision to buy the former Salisbury Mall? If elected, would you seek to sell or keep it? And if you choose to keep it, would you move a number of county employees out of downtown Salisbury to that facility? Mr. Eds.
You know, the unfortunate thing about this is this has become a real political and frankly an emotional issue. Didn't have to be that way. We had commissioners who very publicly and negatively attached to the mall a plan to empty out downtown Salisbury. There's a lot of you folks here that have investment in downtown Salisbury, and I understand the anger that provoked. I'd be mad too. I can only speak for myself and say that I will not allow that to happen. There's a lot of investment downtown. People have poured their life savings into investment downtown. We have whole industries, attorneys, accountants, around the court system, all of that downtown. That would be pretty disruptive. Other things, the question is, would I have bought it? There are a lot of issues that weren't handled properly, I don't think, would have had to been before I would have put my name on it. First of all, Mr. Sides has said before in an article they believe they paid too much for it. If no one else was bidding, as we find out, what was the rush? Couldn't we back off and take some time? And now, finally, we are doing a strategic plan for it, and that's a good thing. The county is currently, they have ordered what's called space needs analysis. That space needs analysis will tell the county how much space they project to have in need for the next 10 years. That's a good thing. And so using the plan, the master plan that they've ordered for this has got to be done. So in the end, spending time with Gary Page, I believe it can be a good thing, but it's up to us as leaders to make sure it's done right.
Thank you. Mr. Gray.
We own the mall, and we're going to have to go forward with it, period. It is hard for me to sit here and second guess the county commissioners because I don't know the cost. I don't know what the plans were for the building in the future. So I would probably not have voted to buy the mall. I can't see the mall at the point that it's going to be a good return on our investment. But I was not involved with that. But we have to take it from the point now that we own it, and let's do what we can to see how it's going to be a benefit or an asset to Rowan County. Second part of the question, no, I would not pull jobs out of downtown Salisbury to go to the mall just to fill the mall up. And I think that answers the question.
Thank you. Mr. Calder.
Okay. Well, first off, I have about 40 years experience owning apartments, repurposing buildings, and I might add, watching and listening. It seems that this same mall kind of purchase has happened in other parts of our state and South Carolina, all of which have been very, very successful. One of the differences might be that the innuendo and the false straw dogs that have been set up, one of which is an attorney or attorneys here fearful for their own real estate values, start to spread a rumor that the Justice Department is going to move to the mall. I was told from the very beginning that that wasn't going to happen. So you can keep throwing out straw dogs. Ms. Klusman here talks about asbestos. It actually has been, and I know this because I've asked, it has been verified that encapsulated asbestos, no problem in the mall, okay? Understand a few other things, and the best way to do it is to go and see what I've written on my website. But we're going to remodel a few places in the mall. The county commissioners are, and they estimate $50 a square foot. Since it's the school board, I estimated $60 a square foot. The same 60,000 square foot that they say they need can be repurposed in part of the Belks building, only 3/4 of it, with the parking for $3,600,000 at 25% more than we're doing other work in the mall at $60. Someone needs to follow the money. Who owns North Main Street? What are they going to get for the land for the parking lot for this 60,000 square foot building on North Main Street?
Thank you. Mr. Cup.
All right, to buy the mall or not? That is the question. 4 months after the fact, I think I'd still be torn on whether to buy it or not. I think $3.45 million was, after a $1 million parcel had been sold off, was a little bit excessive considering 3 years ago, I believe the purchase price was around $2.5 million. But on the flip side, every person up here at this table has talked about bringing jobs into this county. Highway 70 through there is a wonderful place to bring corporations, and if you meet them uptown, the last thing you want them to see is a rundown, vacant, graffiti, boarded up building with weeds growing in the parking lot. So it's a double-edged sword. It's catch-22. I think now that the county owns it, we should do the best that we can with it. I personally would like to explore the possibility of a convention center. The counties that are showing the greatest growth, they have convention centers. These corporations, large corporations, they need the meeting space. Plus you're also bringing in tourism dollars. That's dollars that come in that aren't out of your pocket. There's just many options to explore besides gutting downtown offices and putting everybody out at the corner of Statesville Boulevard and Jake Alexander. I think that's about it.